Sir, yesterday's notes we did not get, sir.
I didn't send her.
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Like today after class, I'll upload it. Huh?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Done, yeah. Okay. Good morning, all of you. Today we'll continue with the numerical discussion on the calorimetry. That one. This topic is something more again related to your thinking ability, because we know all formulas. How we can use that formulas in various situations is what we are going to discuss. So what is all these numericals is like for like a water. If you had ice, sometimes the whole ice will melt, and sometimes the whole ice and only part of ice will melt. No, and if you had warm water to if you had warm water to ice, hot water to ice, what will happen? That is what we'll be discussing here. So nowadays, I think everyone is having refrigerator. Within half an hour, 1 hour, you'll get ice cubes. We have even weighing scales. Hmm. You can learn if you're really interested. If you find very difficult, okay, there's the only alternative method available to do practically. So I'm going to begin with the numericals. Okay, well, our topic is calorimetry numericals based on calorimetry. So let me start with, suppose if you have still many are joining. Okay, let there be a container. Water equivalent of calorimeter, I'll write 2 gram. There's the water equivalent of calorimeter. So initially, it contains ice. I said say minus 10 degrees Celsius. So what is the amount of ice? Let it be 10 gram. For this, I'm going to add water, 20 gram of water at say like a 10 degrees Celsius. Now, what should happen to this? What will be the, if find the, so 20 grams of water at 10 degrees Celsius. I'll write to 12, so we'll get confused, minus 10 plus 10. At 12 degrees Celsius is added to 10 grams of ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius kept in a calorimeter of water equivalent 2 gram. Find the final temperature of mixture. Okay, now we'll do one thing. So what do you expect? The final temperature should be less than 12 and should be greater than minus 10, should be in between. So in between any value. So for that, I think we know formula. Directly you can't say that, so I'll use that formula. I'll apply it. That one. So we know formula, we have to carefully analyze here. So first what we do is like for the whole ice to melt, what is the heat required? First from minus 10 to become 0, what is the heat required for ice? Q1 I'll call it. So what is Q1? Mass of ice. So latent heat of, specific heat of ice is how much? 0.5 calorie per gram per degree Celsius. Specific heat of water, 1 calorie. Okay, these are the data. What I'll be, and latent heat of fusion is 80 calorie per gram. Okay, no. For the temperature of ice to increase from -10 to 0, what is the amount of heat required? So mass of ice, specific heat of ice, 0 minus of -10. Please do understand, I need not to write all the sentences. So what is given? Heat required to rise temperature of ice. This is the first problem, I'll write it. Heat required to rise temperature of ice. So what is mass of ice? 10. Specific heat of ice, and this bracket is 10. So and that 50 calories of heat is needed. Okay, after this, even the calorimeter also, what happens is temperature from -10 should become 0, no? Heat required to rise temperature of calorimeter. Let me call that as Q2 or QC. I'll write it. It'll be easy for you. So, but we don't know mass of calorimeter, specific heat of calorimeter. Tell me, what shall I do? Anybody wants to reply? We don't know these two terms, no? What
Sir,
shall I?
water equivalent is given.
Water equivalent is given, that you're going to write here. Fine. Huh? There's a trick. Finish or. So this will be 10. So 20 calories is needed for calorimeter. So how much is needed? 70 calorimeter. Who should provide this much of heat? The water. If the temperature of water falls from 12 to 0 degrees Celsius, tell me how much of heat will be available. I think roughly we can say no, specific heat of water is 1. So 20 into 12, 240 calories. But how much is needed? 70 calories. So remaining heat, what will happen? Remaining heat, what will happen? So here heat released when temperature of water decreases, changes from 10 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. Let's assume. So how much of heat released? So I'll call this as Q naught or QW. So what is QW? Mass of water, specific heat of water, 10 minus 0. Mass of water, 20. 12, no, this is 12 minus 0. So 20 into 1 into 12. 240 calories is available. Tell me what will happen here. Is it all ice will melt? We know. So heat required for all ice to melt. Let's cross check. We don't know. The whole ice will melt. A part of ice will melt. We don't know that one. So separately we should calculate here. Heat required. So this is heat required for all ice to melt. I'll call Q dash. This is how much mass of ice into latent heat of fusion. Mass of ice is how much? 10. Latent heat of fusion how much? 80. 800 calories is needed. But what actually is available? 240. In that 240 calories, 70 calories is used to bring the temperature from -10 to 0. So in 240, if you take out 70, how much will be left over? 170 calories is left over. So that 170 calories, what will happen? So that 170 calories is utilized to melt the ice. So is it all ice will melt? The answer is no. To melt, for all ice to melt, How much of heat is needed? 800 calories are needed. For all ice to melt, 800 calories are needed. But how much of heat is available now? Only if you from 240 remove 70, 170, in that 170 calories of heat weapon is utilized to melt the ice. Agree this? So I think, sir, how do I come to know? This is what you should verify things here. So this part is something. So this QW is what? Less than Q dash. So therefore the whole ice will not melt. As QW, Q dash, whole ice will not melt. Now this statement is something very important. Whole ice will not melt. So how much of ice will melt? How to say that one? So let's see that this QW. I think better. I'll make it everything visible here. Okay, now you can see this. Let's get into the QW should be equal to amount of heat requires to rise the temperature of ice from -10 to 0 plus amount of heat required to increase the temperature of calorimeter from -10 to 0 plus amount of like a required for the ice to melt. For the ice to melt, I don't know what amount of ice will melt. I'll call that as M. Okay, clear this one, M, and let this be LF. So QW, we know it. How much? 240. Q1, 50. This is how much? 20. Plus, we don't know the amount of ice that will melt. If you QT, I'll write it. Total, it will symbol, let it be like this. Okay, here I'll put it M dash symbol. Okay, this will be LF. What is LF? 80. Anybody value of M dash?
2.125.
The amount of ice melts M dash is equal to how much will get? 240 minus 50 minus 20 by 80. $2.125. So 2.125 gram of ice will melt. The remaining amount of ice will be there in the container like that only. So what is the temperature of mixture? Anybody?
0.
Zero. It should be zero. So students, shall I tell you one thing? Almost maximum students, they want some formula. They want some formula and they want to substitute and they want answer. Tell me, I think you are really supposed to think, no? What will happen? So this particular thing, the blue color, this is the idea which you have to search. This is an idea to be verified. This will help us to decide what will happen to the problem. So what you have to make a guess, let all ice will melt. Is it that much of heat is needed or not? Okay, that much of heat is not needed. Then all ice will not melt. Able to understand? So now, therefore now what shall we write? So final content of the calorimeter. I'll put a small diagram. There will be water. There will be water. So how much of water? In that, there'll be also some ice. So how much of water? For 10 gram, I should have 2.125. So 12 point, there's the water and there's the ice. How much of water? water, and how much of ice will be in the 10 gram of, so 20 gram, no? 20 means this will be 22 will become. For 10 gram, if you remove 2.125, anybody value 7 point?
07.
07, huh? So 125 is there, no?
875.
It cannot be 8, no?
7.875.
7.85.
75.
875. Okay, this much of ice, and what is the temperature? 0 degrees Celsius. So final, so what are the final temperature? Final temperature of calorimeter is 0 degrees. Final content. So how much? 22.125 grams of water and 7.875 grams of ice. Okay, now this is the way what happened. We have to fight with the situation. Nothing is there. So again, though you have a formula, straight away you cannot apply. You have to verify things. What can happen? Sir, how do I come to know ice will melt or not? I think there's a cross check. QC, QT from here. Okay, I'll take the next question. I'll scroll down. 60 gram of water at 50 degrees Celsius is added. Water equivalent of calorimeter is 5 gram. What will be the final temperature of this one? Okay, work out now. Water equivalent of calorimeter is 5 gram. Okay, this is added 60 gram of water at 50 degrees Celsius is added to 10 gram of ice at minus 60 degrees Celsius. Find final temperature of the mixture. The same method. First, for the temperature of ice from -6 degree to become 0 and of that of calorimeter again to melt. So you need not to write sentences. In exams, you should avoid that. Straight away, you should get into the data. It required to rise temperature of ice. So how much it is? So Q1 is equal to specific heat of ice 0 minus 6. 14.3. Okay, fine. Okay, let me check it. So mass of ice will be 10, 1 by 2. This is 6, so this will be 30 calories. Similarly, heat required to rise temperature of calorimeter. So here Q2 equal to WC, I'll write it. It is understood. Into 0 minus of 6. So this should be equal to water equivalent 5, 5 into 6, 30. Heat required for the ice to melt. For all ice to melt. Q3 should be equal to mass of ice into latent heat of fusion. Mass of ice 10, this 80, 800 calories. No, how much temperature of water should decrease for this to happen? If the temperature of water from 50, if it becomes 0, how much of it is available? 3000 calories. But how much is we needed for just to happen this? 800, 860 calories. So final temperature, can it be less than 0, equal to 0, or more than 0?
More than 0, sir.
Then 0.
More than 0 it should be. Fine. Because if the temperature of ice decreases from 50 to 60, what will happen is like 3000 calories available. Just it needed 860 calories. So therefore, the final temperature of the content of the calorimeter will be more than 0. So therefore now, what is now? Heat required for melted ice. Okay, this melted ice or it's like a formed water. Water and calorimeter to rise its temperature, to change its, or say, to increase its temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to some temperature we don't know. Okay, fine. It required for melted ice, formed water and calorimeter to increase its temperature from 0 to T degrees Celsius. We don't know this. This I'll call it as, say, like a Q4. So what is the Q4? Mass of ice melted. I should write here that same ice only. Specific heat of water T minus 0, water equivalent of calorimeter T minus 0. The newly formed water is how much? 10 gram only. Specific heat of water is 1 T. Water equivalent of calorimeter 5 T. So this will be 15 T. Tell me like a this particular, what is it to, who should provide this Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 when the temperature of water decreases from 50 to T degrees Celsius. So heat released. I think we will take it the problem here. heat released when temperature of water decreases from 50 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. So this will call Q naught. So what is the mass of water, specific heat of water? Heat released, no? So therefore, let me take initial minus final. So mass of water is how much? 60 gram. Specific heat of water 1. What shall I do after this? Anybody? What shall I do? I think this Q naught should be equal to Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I should equate these two. This is very important. Who will supply that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4? By decreasing in temperature of the water. So how do you say that the temperature will be greater than 0? I think that is what, see, you should have, if the temperature of water falls from 50 to 0, how much of heat is available? 3000 calories. But how much of heat needed for this process 1, 2, 3, 4 to occur? Or say 1, 2, 3 to occur? Only 8, 8, 60. So therefore, the temperature of water need not to fall from 50 to 0. Somewhere greater than 0 degrees, the final temperature will be. So therefore, I'm assuming. So now I'm going to equate this one. So this will be 60 into 50 minus T, 30 plus 30 plus 800 plus 15T. Solve for T, you'll get the required answer. Anybody answer?
28.53, sir.
This will be your answer. Final temperature. What is T? Temperature of calorimeter. Now, what will be the final content? 60 gram of water at T degrees Celsius at 28.553 degrees Celsius. Finally, what happened? The whole ice will melt. Is it okay? So what is the final? The final here is everything will be water only. The whole ice will melt, no? Here. So you can see I'm using word whole. 60 gram of water even the temperature of calorimeter also will increase because it will also absorb heat, no? Are you getting, no? Sometimes the whole ice will melt, sometimes whole ice will not melt. And sometimes what will happen is like the water will freeze. It can happen also that one. There can be a numerical of that kind also. I don't know calculations. You should tell somebody is saying 38.13. Some are telling 14.3.
28.5, sir.
28.5 only, yeah? Check calculations.
Sir,
Ah.
sir, 70 gram of water, no, sir?
60 plus 10. Okay, 70, yeah?
Yes.
Mass of water. Oh, 60. Yeah, fine. 70 will be there. Yeah. Okay, I'll check the answer. I think this will be your answer. Huh? You have like this plenty of numericals. I think if you can solve few, you'll get a better picture. And very important, you check advanced ask several times. Okay, let's take the no. You can also draw block diagrams if you find it difficult. No, you can. Temperature 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, now there's a water equivalent of calorimetry is negligible. Neglect water equivalent of calorimeter. So 50 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius, I will make it to enter into calorimeter, where the calorimeter contains 200 gram of water at 0 degrees and 100 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So final content, find the final temperature and content of the calorimeter. Okay, workout problem. I'll add a question. A calorimeter contains 200 gram of water and 100 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. $50 gram of steam, $50 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius enters the calorimeter. Find final temperature and contents of calorimeter. Okay, what is actually? First, I think definitely we are very sure some ice should melt. So we'll begin our query like this. Q1. Heat required to melt ice. So Q1 is equal to mass of ice, specific heat. Yeah, let it be M1. I'll write it. It'll be easy. Specific heat of ice into, okay, this one, LF. So mass of ice is how much? 100 into 80. 800 calories. Next, what we have? So the ice which will melt will become water.
8,000.
Anybody?
8,000 calories, sir.
8,000 calories. No. Yeah. Now what happened? 200 grams of water is there and 100 grams of ice it will melt will become 100. So total content of water is how much? No, 100 plus 200. Let the temperature of that will increase. So we will it become 100 final temperature will be 100 only. Okay, latent heat of vaporization. The values I'll give. So I think we have to cross check, no, what can happen, the final temperature, will it be 100, less than 100? We are not very sure. So one thing, the heat required for the temperature of water to rise from 0 to 100. So I think it's quite very simple. We can cross check. 200 plus 100, 300 is there. 300 specific heat of water is 1. So 300 into 100. 30,000 calories is needed for this to happen, for the whole temperature of the calorimeter to rise from 0 to 100. So who can provide that? The steam, if it condenses. So 50 gram of steam. Okay, if the whole steam condenses, so 50 into latent heat of vaporization, how much it is? 540. How much of heat is available? Anybody value?
27,000.
27,000 calories. No, look at this. Already in that 8,000, you have to spend for what? Already that 8,000 calories you have to spend for to melting ice. And 30,000 is needed to rise the temperature from 0 to 100. So total how much is needed? 38,000. But how much steam can have maximum? 27,000 calories only. So what do you expect now? Will it all steam will condense or a part of steam will condense? I think we have to take a decision here. So how do I come to know? So that is what you have to verify things here. Total energy needed for the temperature of calorimeter to rise it from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius means you need 38,000. Who can provide that? Steam. But if all steam condenses, 27,000 calories. So therefore, what will happen now? The whole steam will condense and the temperature of calorimeter will not be 100, will be somewhere at a temperature T. So this is what I have to verify. So cross verification you have to do here. If you don't do that, not possible. Okay, no temperature heat required to rise temperature of 300 grams of water from 0 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. I'll call this is Q2. And this should be M1 plus M2 specific heat T minus 0. What is M1? 100. What is M2? M2 is, and this is M1. M2 is 200 grams of water these are the symbols. So 300 T. What shall I do now? How to get that temperature T? So now let the heat available when all steam condenses. And again, heat release when temperature of condensed the water formed at 100 degrees to this one. So I have to now will get into the other part of the problem. I'll call this is M3. What is M3? 50 gram of steam. Heat released when all steam condenses. So call that as Q3. M3 into LV. 50 into 540, something 27,000 calories is available. Okay, let's get into this one. Now, when the old stream condenses open, it will become water at 100 degrees Celsius. Become water at 100 degrees Celsius. Then the temperature of water at 100 degrees Celsius, when it falls from 100 to some T degrees Celsius, some amount of heat released. When M3 grams of water at 100 degrees Celsius when M3 grams of water at 100 degrees Celsius becomes I think the sentence, I'll make it here. Heat released when temperature of M3 grams of water at 100 degrees Celsius decreases to T degrees Celsius. So this I'll write Q4. So what should be this? M3 specific heat of water 100 minus T. So M3 is how much we know? 50. Specific heat of water 100 minus T. Okay, now what shall I do after this? Q1 plus Q2 should be equal to Q3 plus Q4. See, I try to see these words: required, released. So tell me, like the heat release, who will take? The one who are required. So Q1 plus Q2 should be equal to Q3 plus Q4. So the next thing is Q3 plus Q4 equal to Q1 plus Q2. 27,050 into 100 minus T plus 8,000 plus 300T. Solve this, you'll get expression for temperature.
Sir, 68.57.
68.57. Final temperature of the what will be the final content? 350 grams of water. Okay, I can also give a block diagram. Those who are finding very difficult. So this is what is actually this is 100 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. So amount of heat needed for it to become how much? 100 grams of water at 0 degrees Celsius. So how much of heat is needed? Q1. Will I agree this? Then, so now what will happen? So water at 200 gram of water these two together, they have to become now 300 gram of water at T degrees Celsius. For that, they need heat, no? So that heat is what now? Q2 will call it. Who will supply this Q1, Q2? I'll put it in next. I think it is messing up. Okay, this block diagrams may not be needed. In exam, you can't draw block diagram. You can't write the equations. Everything calculations you have to manage. I'll put in proper order. So this is like this. So now we have even 100 grams of 200 grams of water is there. So together these two will become 300 grams water at T degrees Celsius. So for this, we need heat. That is Q2. So from where this Q1, Q2 should come? From where this Q1, Q2 should come? So the steam, first 50 grams of steam at 100 degrees Celsius. So what it will become? It will become then finally so what is the amount of heat available here? Q3 is available. Here Q4 available. So Q1 plus Q2 should be equal to Q3 plus Q2 or Q3 plus Q4. These are the methods. So final content is what? It should be 350 grams. Okay, this is the final temperature. So like this, there's a block diagrams also you can draw if you find very difficult. Sir, how to draw shape of block diagram? Please don't ask. You should. I think I'll go mad if you ask such questions. Teacher will go mad if you ask such thing. How to draw block diagram? Where all heat is absorbed, you should show that Q1 towards it. Where all heat is released, no, you have to show it away. Getting some. So it can. So what is any steam will come out? Any amount of steam will come out. So no steam will come out. No, any steam will come out here. No steam will come out here. So the final content. So let me. Everything will be water. No, 350 grams of water. Okay, let's take the next one. Why no straight line? Yeah. It contains ice. And also some water. I'm giving diagram in books, nothing will be there, only question will be there. So a student must have some imagination. That's why I'm just trying to help you with the diagram. Huh? Okay, this will be 200 gram of water, 100 gram of ice. Temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. 200 gram of steam will enter it. Water equivalent of calorimeter. So you can write 20 gram is the water equivalent of calorimeter. What will be the final content and temperature of the calorimeter? So 200 grams of steam at 100 degrees Celsius will enter. So 200 gram of water and 100 gram of ice at 0 degrees is there in calorimeter. What will be the final temperature and content of calorimeter? The same ideas here, water equivalent of calorimeter also will bring it. $200 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius enters a calorimeter that contains 200 gram of water and 100 gram of ice at 0 degrees Celsius. Find final temperature and content of the calorimeter. Water equivalent of calorimeter is 20 gram. Okay, let's get into the calculation part. What can be final temperature? And it can be 100, it can be less than 100, but it cannot be more than 100. Am I right? If you say more than 100, there's a big problem. Finish short and nobody can help you. I'll have water. Huh? Okay, you just work out. There's you can't just say that any situation you can bring. A student must be in a better position to understand the methodology here. There's no fun in practicing several numericals on this. The methodology, if you understand, I think you can do it. So first, heat required for all ice to melt. Q1 equal to M1 LF. So symbols, 100 gram of ice, 200 gram of water. What is M3? 200 gram of steam. Okay, these are for our reference. We are taking all these symbols. Now this should be equal to 100 into 80, 800 calories, the same thing. temperature?
Sir, 8,000, sir.
8,000.
8,000. No. The old temperature of calorimeter, let it become 100. Sir, how do you can say? I don't know. I'm just making a guess. Okay, let the old steam condense. Let's see what will happen. See, this cross check I'm going to do here. No. Sir, like, is it a luck? Not luck. See, either you should assume one situation. Let the final temperature of calorimeter be 100, calculate the heat required. Is that much of heat, is it provided by the condensation of steam? That's what we have to do, no? Is it old steam condenses or not? So now heat required to rise the temperature of calorimeter from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. Let's see that one. Now, what all this heat? It should be water equivalent of calorimeter, then m1 gram of I newly formed water, then m2 gram, 200 gram of water, which is already available. So water equivalent 20 into 100, m1 100 into 100, 200 into 100, 32,000. Okay, this much of total that one. Who should provide this? By the condensation of heat. So we'll get into the next part. Heat available if the old steam condenses. There's a I don't know. I'm just checking myself. Heat available when old steam condenses. I'll call that as, say, some Q dash. This should be M3 into LV. So this should be equal to 200 into 540. So 10800. 108,000 calories is available. But what we needed, 40,000 calories is needed. No, look at this. So what is Q dash? Is it greater than Q1 plus Q2 or less than Q1 plus Q2? One lakh 8,000 is less than 40,000. No, so therefore, is it all steam should condense? No, only a part of steam has to be condensed here. So what is the Q dash? In fact, greater than Q1 plus Q2. So therefore, the whole steam, a part of steam only will condense. So final temperature, what do you expect? 100 or less than 100? Should be 100 only. So therefore, now what I do is like Q1 plus Q2 equal to M dash into LV. What is M dash? Mass of steam that condenses. So this will be 8,000, 32,000 M dash into 540. Anybody value?
74.
74. Huh? Yeah. So 74 grams of steam condenses. No. What shall we do this 74 grams of steam condenses? So remaining, how much of steam will go out? $166 grams of steam will come out here.
126.
126 grams of steam at 100 degrees will come out. So what will be the final content of calorimeter? 374 grams of water at 100 degrees Celsius. Will I agree? This one? I think total. This is what we did. You should not add 20 gram of calorimeter. Final content means content. How much content here, not the total mass of system. These are very popular problems. A student has to put effort. So you can draw a block diagram also. Here also it will be similar thing. I set 0 degrees Celsius. So it will melt. It will become 100 gram of water at 0 degrees Celsius. And you have to add 200 gram of water at 0. Together, what will happen? If they get added up, will become how much? 300 grams of water at 0 degrees Celsius. Here I'll be supplying Q1 heat. Next, this 300 gram of water should become how much it is? 100 degrees Celsius. So for that Q2 amount of heat, even water equivalent of calorimeter should be there. I need not to show that. WC, you write it. It will be understood. So who should provide this Q1 plus Q2? The steam. $200 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius. So it will become how much will be? 126 gram. So 126 gram. So some steam will condense, no? So that will be heat released. So don't call Q dash, M dash into LV, and that heat what is released will be given for Q1, Q2. So if you want, you can write it as Q3. So what is Q3? We don't know that one, no? So therefore I'm writing Q3. So this Q3 only what happened will be taken as Q1, Q2. Those who are finding very difficult, at least through this block diagram, try to understand. Can it happen that directly, can I mix steam and ice? Yes, we can do that also. We'll take next problem. We have ice here. Minus 10 degrees Celsius. 10 gram of ice at minus 10 degrees Celsius and 20 gram will take 20 gram of ice at minus 10 degrees and 10 grams of steam at 100 degrees Celsius. I'll send it. What will be the final temperature of the calorimeter? Final content and temperature of calorimeter. Water equivalent of calorimeter negligible. This is the initial. Huh? So 10 gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius. Passed into calorimeter that contains 20 gram of water at 20 gram of ice, no? Find the final temperature of calorimeter. Okay, now I can mix steam with ice. First, what do you expect temperature? Let it rise for the whole ice to melt. First, temperature of ice to increase from -10 to 0. Heat required to increase from 0 to -10 to 0 degrees Celsius. Q1, so this should be mass of ice, specific heat of ice, 0 minus of -10. Mass of ice 20, specific heat of ice, this is 1/2, 10. 100 calories. Okay, this one. Okay, now again, for all ice to melt, heat required for all ice to melt. Q2 equal to into m ice, mass of ice into latent heat of fusion. Mass of ice is how much? 20. This is 8. 1600 calories. So total how much it is? 1700 calories is what needed here. Okay, for steam condensers, old steam condensers, let's see what will happen. With the old steam condensers. 5400 calories is available, no? If the old steam condensers, 10 into 540, 5400 is available. So how much we needed? Just 1700. So what do you expect temperature of calorimeter? Should increase to 100. So now for it to become 100 degrees Celsius, so 20 into specific heat into 100. So how much is needed? 2000. 20 into 100, 2000. So 2000 plus 1700. 3700 calories. Also like 3700 calories is what needed to rise the temperature from 0 to 100. If old steam condenses, 5400. So what do we expect? Old steam should condense or only a part of steam to condense? So I'll get into this one. Heat required to rise the temperature of 20 gram of water from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. Mass of water 20 into 1 into 100. From where this Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 should come, the steam. If the old steam condenses, how much we know? 5400. Is it old steam should condense? No, only a part of steam. So I'll do one thing. M dash, I'll write part of stream, mass of stream condenses. Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 equal to M dash into LV. So this will be 100, 600, 2000, M dash we don't know, and this is 540. Anybody value? .85. This much of steam will condense here. So remaining how much will leave? 2.25 or set 3.25.
15, sir.
3.15. 3.15 gram of steam, what will happen? Will leave the calorimeter. So what will be the final? At least if you can able to understand, it's good. Like because you check the advanced, no, we have questions based on this. What I'm discussing, no, similar to this one. .85 grams of, sorry, 3.15. Steam at 100 degrees Celsius will leave. Finally, what we'll get? We'll get water. We don't get ice. Ice will not be there, you know. .100 degrees Celsius water. Now, what will be the final content? 20 plus 26.85 grams of water. So don't think that only steam and water, even the steam and as well as ice will have interaction. And this is what the condition arises. I can mix steam and ice. I can mix the water and this one. So these are the different types of numericals what happen you may encounter. Okay, let's take one more problem on this. There's a final. Let me write it. There's the initial. Okay, read the question. Read the question now. Read the question. I'll give some time because you have to fight with this one. You may get a question of these kind also. A container contains 5 kg of water at zero, mixed to an unknown mass of ice in thermal equilibrium. Okay, let me help with you at least a diagram. We have a container. It is having ice. This I'll show separately so that you'll understand. Huh? So I don't want. So there's a water and ice in there. Actually, I should. Okay, I should float. No. First, we'll have a water. Five kg of water. A container contains 5 kg of water mixed to an unknown mass of ice. We don't know what is the amount of ice. Okay, let mass of water be m1. Try to understand the and mass of ice. Let it be m2. So there's ice, unknown mass. So this is the water. 0 degrees Celsius. It is also at 0 degrees Celsius. Fine. The water equivalent of calorimeter is 100 gram. At time t equals 0, a heater is switched on, which supplies heat at a constant rate to the container. There's a heater coil will be there. We'll close the container. So what is heater coil? Nothing wrong. See, you have to fight with the idea, no? Here, there's a heater which will supply heat. Can't you draw this much of diagram? It's a very strange, students. I don't know. I think you go to kitchen, so many things, heater, in your house, you come across so many things. No, nowadays, oven is there, microwave oven is there. See, the problem is like, we don't want to make observation. Science is all about observation. So without observation, how it is possible? So my reply is only one thing. There is observation, finish, sure. There's nothing beyond this. How you learn science? By observation. You're not making observation, finish, sure. You can't do anything. Whoever teaches, no use for you. Because a student has to make observation. Students, what happen, instead of putting effort, they're depending on teacher. They're thinking that teacher will do some magic, will get a knowledge, will get a rank. Science not possible. So then we paid so many lakhs. See, that's what I am trying to make you observation and you don't want to observe. So not possible. Yeah, get into the problem. And these are the ice blocks. Now, the temperature of mixture is measured at various temps and the result has been plotted in the given. Neglect any heat loss from the mixture container system surrounding and calculate the initial mass of ice. Tell me like, first what will happen as I switch on the heater? Temperature of water will increase, temperature of calorimeter will increase, temperature of ice will increase, or ice will melt. This is a common sense. This is, sir, how do I come to know? This is what the nature's phenomena. You must know the nature very well. First, what will happen? Ice at 10 degrees Celsius possible? Anybody? Yes or no? Anybody seen ice at 50 degrees Celsius? Not possible, no? What is the maximum temperature of ice? What is the maximum temperature of ice? 0. Of course, at 1 atmospheric pressure, we do on the surface on the surface of the earth. So 1 atmospheric pressure. So temperature of ice is 0. Temperature of ice cannot be 10. So therefore, if first as the heater supplies heat, what will happen to the ice? Ice will melt. So as long as ice is melting, what's happened to temperature of calorimeter and water will remain same. I think that is what here the graph. So I think we should interpret this graph here. This graph is something very important for us. Let's take this graph. We'll try to put these things. So therefore, here in this interval for this ice melts. In this one, so how much of mass of ice we don't know. That is what I'm writing M2. That is what we have to calculate. No? The temperature will remain 0 only. So what is the time taken? 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, how to bring this idea into the picture now? So I'll start with simple. So we know Q equal to M2 LF. Heater will supply continuously heat. So dQ by dt should be equal to what do you mean by dm2 by dt? Rate at which ice melts. So what is the time? We know LF. So what is the time? So mass of ice, we don't know that one. So therefore here what I do is like dq by dt, I don't know. The mass of ice. So this dm2, I'll write it as m2 delta t into LF. So what is m2? We don't know. This is 80. Now what is the time interval? 50 minutes. Let me readjust here. The rate at which ice will melt. So this should be equal to dq by dt. So this should be what should be the unit? Calorie per minute, no? This should be 50 minutes, 80 calories. So this will be 8 m2 by 5 calorie per minute. What is dq by dt? The heat supplied by the heater, the rate at which heat is supplied by the heater, or the power supplied by the heater. dq by dt. So what you should call power supplied by heater. Okay, next after this, for what time? For first 50 minutes, power supplied by heater for first 50 minutes. I'll make it small. Let me think like this. Yeah. Okay, next we'll go for the next part here. Next, after this, what will happen? In that 10 minutes, the temperature of the mixture, no, once ice melts, so what is available now? M1 gram, how much? 5 kg of water. So 500 grams. How much it is? 5,000 grams of water plus M2 grams of ice. And the 100 grams of like a water equivalent of calorimeter. If temperature, what happen? Will rise from where? From 0 to 2 degrees Celsius. And who will supply that? Again, the same heater. Because the heater will continuously will be supplying it, no? Which supplies heat at a constant rate. Are you looking at this? This is something. Power supplied by heater for first 50 minutes. Or power supplied by heater for first 50 minutes, and it will be a constant power. Constant power. Now also what will happen? The heater will supply the same amount of power. Are you getting, no? So therefore you can just write P, power supplied by the heater. So now also what will happen? For another 10 minutes, the heater will supply same power. Now this power, what it is used? It is utilized to rise the temperature, not to change anything. How to write this equation? Now the same P should be equal to, what shall I write? M2 grams plus 500 plus water equivalent of calorimeter. What is water equivalent of calorimeter? 100 into there should be one specific heat of water. Shall we write change in temperature by time? dt by dt. Specific heat of water is 1 calorie per gram per degree. So that will be 1. Now what is a change in temperature? 2 minus 0. What is the time interval? 10 minutes. Same calorie per minute. Here also you'll get like this. This P. So there's equation 1, equation 2. Same power, no? It will supply a constant. So I'm going to equate 192. So this will become 8m2 by 5 is equal to solve for M2, you'll get the mass of ice. Anybody value? Check once answer.
Sir, 1700 grams.
How much?
1700.
1700, huh?
Yes.
Check answer.
728.
720, 28 or 29? Okay, which supplies heat at a constant rate. I think that is very important. Without that, not possible. Huh?
Sir, 728 grams.
728 or 28.5. Why so many? Some 340 grams, 1400 grams, 728.5, 85.5, 85.7. So many. What is the answer?
Sir, 85.7, sir.
Sir, 728.5.
728.5, huh?
Sir,
Yeah, okay, fine. Huh? This will be our answer. Now, we do get a calorimeter. Next, one more condition, I'll bring it. The specific heat of calorimeter I'll arrange it here. Okay, the furnace, we'll call it, not the specific heat of this will vary with temperature. Initial temperature is T naught. There's a block of mass M1. The furnace mass is M2. The temperature of this is 10 T naught. A odd block I'm going to place in a furnace whose temperature is T naught and mass of the furnace is T2. Specific heat varies with temperature. This is the initial. So finally, what would be the temperature at equilibrium? Small idea based problems, very, very small. Specific heat, in fact, need not be constant. It varies. Over a range of temperature, it remains constant. So the question is like this. A odd block of mass M and a odd block of mass M specific heat S naught at temperature 10 T naught is dropped into the furnace whose specific heat varies with temperature as S is equal to A plus BT. Find the final temperature at equilibrium. Mass of the block, mass of the furnace, everything is given. How to do this? Specific heat is varying. Who will gain it? So I'll get into the idea like this. Heat gained by furnace is equal to heat lost by block, no? Heat gained by the furnace. Mass M2. What was the initial temp T naught? So M2 into specific heat of this into dt. This should be heat lost by the block. M1 specific heat S naught, final temperature, initial temperature 10 T naught minus T. So what is the specific heat of this? It should be like this. So what is specific heat of it is varying with the temperature. What was the initial temperature? T naught, final temperature T. Try to see the limits. So M1 S naught 10 minus M1 S naught T. Let's integrate this one. So M2 into this will be A dt B T dt. So this will be T naught to T. So this will become M2A T minus T naught M2B T square by 2. Limits T naught to T. So this will be 10 M1 S naught T naught. Let's solve further. M2A, where A and B are constants. A and B are some constants. So this will be M2A minus M2A T naught. M2B T square by 2 minus M2B T naught square by 2 all divided by, sorry, this one, 10 M1 S naught T naught. What we have to do is now here, T is unknown thing, no? So that quadratic equation will come. For that, we have to solve it. So let me simplify further. M2 B T square by 2 M1 S naught plus M2A. This is M2A T. Remaining what all will come? Minus of M2A T naught minus M2B T naught square by 2 minus 10 M1 S naught T naught. Okay, this everything you can call beta, that is a very large term. So this alpha T square beta T minus gamma. Solve for T. Now you do get a problems of these kind of, you have to be extra alert. Getting some furnace specific heat. Sir, you only said specific heat constant. Specific heat can vary with the temperature or a range of temperature. As it is a constant, we are assuming it here. So substituting this, we'll get an answer. Just I gave an idea that specific heat of substance can vary also like this. Huh? Are you getting? So now you have to work out different types of numericals. Don't take the routine, the same thing, that one. So different numericals will be there in the material, in the books. Think on them. Some graph problem I shown. Okay, now suppose say like a it's some people like some machine will be there, no? So that particular or say ice is there. So this particular ice, I want to achieve it in a given interval of time. So what is the power of that jaws? Because like if I give any ice block something, so when you put in mouth open, you'll start chewing it, no? Then what should be the power of the jaws? If suppose like I'll give 10 grams of ice, so within 2 seconds you are able to chew it. Then what is the power of the jaws? So here I think the formula will be like this, MLF. So here the ice what happen will start freezing, no, because ice what happen, I'll convert into water at 0 degrees Celsius. I'm not going to supply. So by pressing that one, by using jaws, I'll crush it, no. So therefore this will become dm by dt. So here dq by dt. So dq by dt will become power. So dm by dt is what? The rate at which I'm going to achieve it. With that what happen? I'll get the power of jaws. Small base material, so rate at which person chews 10 grams of ice in say like around 20 seconds, I'm going to achieve it. So 10 by 20 gram by 10 seconds. Latent heat of fusion, 80 calorie, that one. So with that, what happen, you can calculate the power of the jaws. So like that, I think we do get several machines, no, which they have to crush the particular stones, everything, no. So there we do calculate by this one. Similarly, we use vaporizers, no, nowadays, steam. Suppose that the water is there. So there's the water is there. So first water at where usually normal temperature 25 degrees Celsius. That particular heater coil, what it should do, it should rise the temperature to 100 degrees. Then again, what happens? It should melt it. It should vaporize it. So what should be the power? The power is like dm by dt into specific heat 100 minus 0 plus dm by dt into latent heat of vaporization. This is what the steam, I'll draw the diagram so that you'll come to know what actually you're studying. So this will be the heater, no? And so here is what you're going to place a water. What is the room temperature? Temperature of water will be that of room temperature. And from this particular opening, a steam will start coming out. Hot steam at 100 degrees Celsius. There's a heater coil. Okay, I can ask you questions of like this, no? Suppose how much of water you have filled up, m grams of water. First, what happened? The water will be at what temperature? Okay, 100 room temperature, no? 100 minus say some T. Usually T will be room temperature 25 degrees Celsius. So first what that steam, the heater coil should do, should rise the temperature of water from 100 to T degrees Celsius in a certain time. In say like a 30 seconds or something. So that m grams of water by 30 seconds you have to put it. So this can be the formulas. We'll put it m into specific heat of water. They're the one in of time. The same m grams. And to convert that water at 100 degrees into steam at 100 degrees Celsius, vapors, it will take some time. So this delta T is what? Time taken for temperature of water to change from T to 100 degrees Celsius. T degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. What is delta T2? Time taken to vaporize water. Tell me like how you design this. Delta T1, this is half an hour, this is 1 hour. Will you use this particular like a steam vaporizer, it is called as a, am I right? Will you use such steam, such a vaporizer? Suppose at delta T1 half an hour, and this will take some, say like another, say like, or say 10 minutes, and this will take 5 minutes, 15 minutes. You switch on. So then put your nose or your face something here. Then after 15 minutes, what will happen? If you see the steam coming out, it's of no use, no? The moment you put it, what happens? It should come. So what can be this delta T1? It should be like around less than 1 minute. Delta T2, this will be around 30 seconds. In that way, the power should be adjusted here. So for this to be very small, so power should be more, no? See, no compromise. SW, no compromise. Room temperature, there's a standard. Finally, it should be untamed. Latent, there's no problem. So this amount of water and this times will determine what will be the power of steam. So what is P, you should say? So you may get numericals of anything. So this part of it is, this part of power is what? Power needed to rise the temperature of water from T degrees to 100 degrees. Then what is this part? Okay, plus sign is missing. What is this part? This part of, okay. And this part of power is what? Power needed to convert water into vapor. So if these two times are less, power should be more. If you had more, if you had more amount of water, this P will be fixed. Am I right? This P will be fixed here. So if you add more water, definitely what happen? Time taken will be more. If you add less water, in less time, what happen? You'll get it, because this P will be fixed. Like this, it will be designed. They may ask you any of this question. I would have written dm by dt1, you'll get confused. So that's why I'm writing in this particular way. You do get questions in books of this kind. So you should be ready for questions of this kind also. In advance also, they may ask you, there's a vaporizer, there's a power required by the jaws to achieve the ice in certain interval. So this, you write interval dm by dt, no, convert this into you may break up the question like a 10 grams. If you take 5 seconds, latent fusion. So then what is the power of the jaws? Please do practice different types of numericals. Different. Evening 5 to 6 will have a class. Thermometry will do it. I'll inform to chemistry, sir. Let him take any other time. So we'll have 5 to 6 class will have. Thermometry will continue. Okay.
So
Evening will have a class. Okay. Thank you, all of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Take care. Bye. See you.
Thank you, sir.